3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 44.
Jesus Christ.
Add on with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the Executioner, Daniel Rivers.
And on this week's episode,
It's another prediction battle.
yeah. Anyways, we're going to review the topics.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Round topic number 1.
Could the 2022-2023 calendar year be Edge's farewell retirement tour?
Topic number 2.
We are going to discuss what the fudge is happening with Dexter Lumis.
Topic number 3.
As Travis mentioned, it's another prediction battle, but it's a double feature, ladies and gentlemen.
We
Topic
have
3, we will be predicting NXT Worlds Collide and WWE Clash at the Castle, each with their own special punishment.
because we do. Yep. All right.
But that's topic 3. Let's hop into topic number 1. Take it away, comrade.
Okay, so is this Edge final run? Honestly, because from what he said after the end of Raw, that in a perfect world, he would like to retire in Toronto next year.
Yeah, and WWE is coming back to Toronto next year.
At some point for something.
I think he said it was in like August or something.
Yeah. But I also I want to discuss this. Since Edge's out of nowhere return back in 2020, and from what I remember from that is you were having some technical issues during that, and you got my auditory reaction to Edge's. The
worst part is that happened on my birthday, and I couldn't even see it.
Yeah. And that was also the tragic day that Kobe Bryant died.
Unfortunately, yes. And his daughter.
And his daughter, too. But yeah, Edge made his return at 21, at number 21. That was just like, what the hell? Like, nobody.
Yeah.
That was, Edge returned, and I will say, and then Edge came back and immediately got into a really great rivalry. That was the year that Randy Orton was on probably one of his most destructive years.
Yeah, and like in that Rumble, we had a mini Rated RKO reunion. Then Edge eliminated Randy.
And that was just the beginning of their several month-long
story. Yeah, then they had the some sort of match. I forget what it was.
Last man standing. Last
man standing match at the WrestleMania with the lowest attendance record of all time.
Which, okay, admittedly, for that match, it actually sort of beneficiated. It actually sort of helped him because they could, because that match was so crazy that they literally went backstage.
Yeah, they fought in the Performance Center gym.
Yeah. Because,
And then, yeah, and Edge won that one,
yes,
I think. Then after
yes.
that, at WrestleMania Backlash, introduced by the ghost of Howard Finkel,
I don't know how the fuck that works, but
they had, quote, the greatest wrestling match ever, and I can explain how they worked. Audio files.
yeah, that's fair. And then we had and then in that match, Edge got injured, which I'm wondering is if Edge didn't get injured during that match, I am wondering is would have that rivalry continued?
Probably.
Because I heard Edge say this at one point. He said when he made his WWE return, he wanted to feud with Randy.
Yeah, but I wonder, like, if when Randy returns, if he's still a face, and if RK Bro breaks up, would
Well,
Edge be down to team with Randy?
I mean,
Or even better, form a trio to fight Judgment Day called Rated RK Bro.
No. No. No, no, no. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I mean, you don't like because look. Well, I admit that would be because RK Bro hasn't been a thing since like 2005.
You mean Rated RKO?
Rated RKO hasn't been a thing since 2005.
Yeah, they could reunite.
I mean, I think the last time they reunited was like in 2011.
Details.
But anyway, now I will admit, since Edge's return, did you set the timer by the way?
Yes, I did.
Okay, but I will
have
say,
a minute 30 left. Right
I will say
now.
Okay, I honestly am gonna say is that Edge, since his return 2 years ago, has had a lot. Like Edge hasn't lost a step since coming back. Think about this. We've had some dream matches since he came back. We got him versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
A match nobody thought would happen.
Yeah, and Edge really he hasn't. I think part of the reason it seemed like he hadn't lost a step since he came back was, I don't know, the fact that WWE mailed him a wrestling ring.
Oh yeah. That is the truth. Yeah, because I will say, he had Edge has had a good career since coming back, but I can honestly say that I'm honestly surprised that Edge hasn't had one. I'm honestly surprised that before the unification of before the Undisputed Universal title, I am honestly surprised that Edge hasn't had at least one final world title run.
Oh, so didn't he win like the Royal Rumble one year or something?
Yeah, in 2020.
And he lost to.
And Daniel Bryan.
Did he lose in 2020 or 2021?
2020.
I thought Drew McIntyre won the 2020.
No, you're right. He won the 2021.
Yeah, because I remember specifically Drew claymoring Brock Lesnar out of the ring and getting, honestly, the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this is my final thoughts are Edge hasn't, Edge has had a bunch of phenomenal matches returned. And, he had an amazing match on Raw where he did a Canadian Destroyer, which was just random, even for Edge.
Yeah.
But, because I honestly can say is that since Edge's return, he has had a bunch of amazing matches with a lot of top tier talent. And before Edge retires, I honestly think that, me personally, that Edge needs to go back to not being a baby face anymore. He needs to go back to that rated R superstar, ultimate opportunist, sick son of a bitch.
Yeah. Because he wasn't a fan of Judgment Day becoming a supernatural group.
But I've also heard I've also heard the opposite. I've also heard that that another possible reason is that Edge, the whole thing with Judgment Day, yeah, I've also heard that him turning on them wasn't really the plan. I've heard that it was just supposed to grow and continue.
Yeah.
Because I will say, Edge, when he ran Judgment Day, I will say, he had a dope ass theme song.
The Other Side by Arthur's Bridge.
Yes, which was amazing. And I also can say is that Edge, well, yes, Edge is an amazing babyface and is a heel. And is, well, yes, he's a babyface. I honestly believe that after he finishes his business with Judgment Day, whenever they wrap that stuff up, that I honestly think that Edge needs to, I hope, go back to the, like I said, the Rated R Superstar Ultimate Opportunist.
Well, he's already back to being the Rated R Superstar.
He just needs to go back to being that guy that slapped that. He just needs to go back to being that asshole.
Yeah. Anyways,
those are my final thoughts.
We have time for this topic. We'll be right back with topic number 2.
Okay.
And we are back with topic number 2. What the fuck is going on with Dexter Lumis?
Yeah. What the fuck is going on with Dexter Lumis?
And the recap is about to show how this is recorded before the week of topic 3. For the past 2 weeks, Dexter Lumis has been showing up on Monday Night Raw. First time to stare down AJ Styles.
And then get arrested.
Yeah, and the second time to kidnap The Miz.
No, before that, there was also some random, also over the past couple weeks, also, there's been random backstage fire. There's like a trash can on fire. There was him sneaking into the arena during a Theory Dolph Ziggler brawl. There was also during the AJ Styles, during that AJ Styles match, some other random person.
Who was apparently an indie wrestler.
Yeah, this is all probably part of a larger story. But tried to grab AJ, and then Dexter Lumis grabbed, like what Matthew just said, grabbed The Miz and then just left, and then...
Yeah, and then 24 hours later, he showed up on NXT 2.0, reunited with his WWE continuity wife, Indy Hartwell.
It was like, oh, how sweet.
Gave her a note, and then he got arrested.
What the hell? It was like, oh, how? What? Oh,
and
how sweet.
The note he... I love you, Indy, forever.
What?
I guess they're trying to give that storyline a proper. He was one of the releases due to budget cuts.
But I've also heard that he is one of the guys that Triple H is bringing back, and is probably doing something much more. Because with how creepy Dexter Lumis is, I'm not really sure what the flying fucking knuckles he is doing. Because my theory that I'm gonna share is Dexter Lumis working? Like, is Dexter Lumis running this operation, or is someone else?
I would assume he's running it. But there's also the added wrinkle that, as far as I know, Dexter Lumis is still under contract with the NWA.
Unless WWE, because unless with Triple H that, unless Triple H is trying to, unless Triple H, got him to come back somehow. And they're just not.
Or WWE bought out his contract.
That is true. Because I will say, with what is going on with, and this is also a random thing that I'll say this for a later date, but I'm gonna say it now. What is Triple H gonna do with Cody Rhodes? Random thought.
We'll have to see when Cody returns after his injury is healed.
Yeah, and I also, sorry, but that was just a random. But I also want to say is that with Dexter Lumis coming back, is who else is gonna come back?
Yeah, like we've seen stars that were released by Vince, but have been brought back recently.
And then another guy that I heard is Bronson Reed.
Yeah, you were actually telling me that about yesterday.
Yeah, and hell, I've even heard that even The Fiend might be coming back, possibly. Maybe.
Yowie.
Yeah, boy.
But to name some stars that we have seen return, Hit Row.
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
And that's about it so far.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but back on the topic at hand, I will say is that because with this whole random kidnapping, I have really no idea what's going on. I am honestly surprised that this shit isn't continuing over on SmackDown. Just make this a whole WWE.
Yeah, especially with WWE not knowing the next draft. Which I know is something we haven't talked about on this podcast, but that's been going around the rumor mill. WWE doesn't know when the next draft is going to happen.
Yeah, that's
still
great.
Up in the air.
That's great, but and also kind of like interesting, but also with Dexter Lumis and whatever he's doing is, truth be told, while I don't watch WWE a whole lot these days, it does make it quite interesting to see, bro, what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and you're not watching it sort of out of your control.
Yes, but that's not the point. My point is I'm glad that there's this storyline where, like, most storylines with WWE you could honestly say you know where it's going, but this one's like, bro, what the hell's going on?
Anything can happen in the world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, because whatever this plot is, I'm not even sure if it even has a plot, and even what the ending. And I'm also gonna ask, what is Dexter Lumis's plan? Because this dude is crazy, but also smart. But also, what's his end game?
I have no idea. But then again, looking into Dexter Loomis's creepy stare, I never know what that man's thinking.
Yeah. And I can honestly say is that whatever the Dexter Loomis plot is, I am I am intrigued on where it's going to go. How many those are my thoughts, my last thoughts on it.
Yeah, we got like 50 seconds left.
What are your final thoughts?
Honestly, Dexter Loomis is probably one of the non-supernatural creepiest wrestlers I've ever encountered. And I am intrigued to see where this goes, but also what he does in future weeks.
Yeah, because if there's anything, because I also will say is that with there no being like with Adam Pearce not really doing his on-screen authority stick anymore, it's also just it also does make more chaotic stuff for Dexter Loomis to do because hell, for all I know, and this is my honest final thoughts, for all I know, but maybe this could be like Dexter Loomis's entire new shtick, just be a creepy stalker guy.
Yeah, now I will say, if the rumors about the Fiend returning are true, I feel like Dexter would fit right in with being like an underling of the Fiend. Because he's got that creepy stare and he never talks. Kind of reminds me of Luke Harper and Eric Rowan when they originally debuted on Monday Night Raw.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Luke Harper.
rest in peace, Heath Huber.
Anyway,
Anyways, that's all the time for this segment. I'm not sure if I'm going to set one for the next one because it's time. Next segment is the double feature prediction battle. We'll be right back.
hello everyone, and we are back with the third and final topic, with it be a two-part prediction battle.
Prediction battle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to put a disclaimer, even though my cohort hates this, but that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
We are recording this before Worlds Collide and Clash of the Castle have taken place. And in fact, we're not even we're recording this before the go home shows. So if any matches are added to Worlds Collide or Clash of the Castle, I will take to Twitter and post opinions about them after they have been announced for the show. So for now, we are only predicting 8 matches, 2 for Worlds Collide, and 6 for Clash of the Castle. We're going to start with Worlds Collide, then we'll announce the punishment, and then Clash of the Castle.
Right.
And announce the punishment.
I mean, we could... okay, sure. Alright, for Worlds, we have 2 big matches.
Big matches.
2 these are 2 monumental matches for NXT, honestly.
Yeah, because I also feel like it's like both of them, not just in who is competing, but just in general, are first time evers.
Well, okay, now that's not true. The last time they had a unification match
was for the cruiserweight, right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but with the cruiserweight title, I'm just gonna say that that's not really as big because they're not really, the 2 biggest titles for promotion. Separate promotions, but also within the same company.
Yeah, it's confusing.
All right, the two matches. The first match is a anything goes, is a triple threat match for the NXT and NXT UK Women's Championship
Yeah.
with the following participants for the as the current one of the longest reigning NXT champions, the leader of Toxic Attraction, Mandy Rose. And then number 2, a legend in professional wrestling, Minato. What's her name? Miko Tamura. A woman that has been wrestling since WCW was a thing.
Why is she not on the main roster?
I have no idea.
I feel like NXT is sort of below her level.
Yeah, yeah, she's currently she has been doing this, and I'm looking this up. She has been doing this since April 15th, 1995.
Yeah, WCW would be around by then. The
But,
Attitude Era wasn't even a thing by then, I think.
No, anyway, you got her as the NXT UK Women's Champion, and then you got what's her name? Claire Davenport, who, remember, she said on NXT that she was the number 1 contender, which is the only for the NXT UK Women's title, which is, I think, the only reason that she is a part of this match.
Yeah, and she could rock out Blair 2 belts for all we know.
Yes.
Since unification doesn't mean create a new title, it means just carry around 2 belts.
Yeah. Now, with this being a triple threat match, who is your pick to walk out as the undisputed NXT or the undisputed NXT UK Women's Champion?
Or just the undisputed NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to be called.
No, we don't. But who do you see walking out with the gold?
I'm going to steal the person you're probably going to pick. Just
Mandy?
because she has backup, even if Judy Dunn is injured. I'm going Mandy Rose.
And I'm honestly gonna say this: if Mandy and this needs to be said here, but if Mandy Rose wins this match and she comes up to the main roster, you better strap a rocket to her.
I mean, they didn't do that the first time. I don't see why they would do that the second time.
Or maybe just stay in NXT and just run the show. She's already doing that. Might as well.
Yeah. Like, she's literally low-key already doing that.
But, for me, my pick, I'm going to go with the, Minato. I'm going to go with the NXT UK Women's Champion.
Yeah, I'm going to look up how to spell her name.
Yeah, okay. While you're doing that, I'm going
Thankfully, I still have the WWE app on my iPad.
Yeah, that's great. Another way to the other match which is probably going to be a banger, and I'm not so sure that these guys have ever wrestled each other before, is a man that has sort of carried NXT 2.0 on his back, the NXT champion, Braun Breaker, versus the first ever NXT UK champion, Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
Now,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this a face versus face matchup?
Yes, it is a face versus face, and it is for the NXT Championship and the NXT UK Championship.
Why they're doing this when NXT is opening up a new European branch? Check last week's episode for details.
But we really...
I have no idea.
Yeah, we...
Anyways. I'll let you go first this time.
Okay. I think, personally, that this match, between the two, I think that both of these matches are probably going to be co-main eventing the world, in my opinion. Maybe.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
But who I think is going to walk out with the undisputed NXT Championship or the undisputed NXT UK title, I'm not really sure what they're going to call it either. But I'm going to go with Braun Breaker.
Ooh, the nephew of Big Papa Pump.
Yes. I'm going to go with the man who is currently, I'm going to go with Braun Breaker, a man who is currently younger than us, but a man that has honestly been carrying 2.0 on his back.
He's been, I'm calling this now. He is going to be the biggest star coming out of the NXT 2.0.
Now,
when he finally gets the call up, he's going to be the biggest star to debut from NXT 2.0.
Technically, he's kind of already made his debut.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, when he gets the call up.
Yeah, and in case you're wondering why I'm saying that is because he won, in case anyone forgot this, his second NXT title reign began after he randomly won the title back on a random ass episode of Raw.
Yeah, but when he gets main roster full time, he's gonna be big.
Yeah.
Not because he's second gen, but the guy is
jacked.
Yes, but he's also actually good in the ring.
Yeah. Now my question is, and this is a very genuine, honest question, is when Braun Breaker gets the call up, is Triple H gonna push this kid?
He should.
I mean, because keep in mind, before Gunther showed up on Raw, before Gunther showed up, he beat Gunther for the NXT Championship on an episode of NXT.
Yeah.
So, when he gets the call up, would I like to see him go after each mid-card title? Yes. But do I think that he would actually do I also believe that he would be a real challenge to the Tribal Chief? Definitely.
Yeah,
do I think
agree with you on that.
Do I think he would have beat the Tribal Chief? He would definitely give the Tribal Chief a run for his money, but I still wouldn't think he'd win. But yeah,
but that's the future.
Who are
and
you picking?
time will tell. I don't have a choice. This isn't a triple threat match. I have to go Tyler Bates because you chose his opponent.
Yes.
Anyways, the punishment for this prediction battle will be the loser has to cut an improv promo about the winner.
What? Good or bad or whatever.
Good, bad, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can talk us up. You can show why you're the heel or face. Hell, you can even just talk random nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, and our next pay-per-view is the first WWE pay-per-view in 30 years since they had SummerSlam in the UK.
Yeah.
At Wembley Stadium.
Isn't that where the British Bulldog won the WWE title or something?
Yeah. No, Intercontinental title, Eddie. And apparently the night before, he got a little drunk and Bret Hart had
a little? Bret had to literally tell him what moves to do.
Oh, yeah. But
dude,
yes.
The guy was wasted.
Yeah. All right. Here are the matches that we have. In no particular order this time. We have for the SmackDown, it is a normal match. For the SmackDown Women's Championship, it is the champion, Liv Morgan, versus the Queen of Spades, who looks like to be going back to her NXT roots. And that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Considering how dominant she was in NXT. Versus, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm going to go Liv, but I don't think it'll be a clean victory.
Again?
I think somehow Ronda's going to get involved and cost her friend the title. Because remember, Ronda Rousey has, though, yes, she's suspended, she kind of doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Me, I'm going to go with the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, for two reasons. One, because Shayna Baszler, since, for a long time was dominant, but didn't really do a whole lot. But I honestly believe that if Shayna Baszler, because just in case anyone forgot, Shayna Baszler 2020 is the only person to eliminate literally everyone inside the chamber. Ever.
And then get eliminated herself.
No.
Oh, she won the chamber?
Yeah.
Oh, right. She lost to Becky at that WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I honestly believe that if Triple H is bringing the Shayna Baszler from the black and gold NXT, that is a bad thing if you're Liv Morgan.
Yeah. I will say, do I have confidence Liv's gonna win? No, she's injured.
Yeah.
She's wearing medical tape on her arm. When she signed the contract, her arm was in like a sling or something.
Yeah, yes. Because if like I said, because remember, because Shayna Baszler is one of the only two people to be a two-time NXT Women's Champion
Yeah.
ever. The next person that she's with is the Queen Charlotte Flair. So because I'm going with Shayna, and my second reason is if Triple H is bringing the black and gold Shayna Baszler, that's bad for everybody.
Yeah.
But also, think about this. What if Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey join forces and decide to go after the women's tag team titles?
Then God help the women's roster.
But I'm just saying, that is something that I think would, if you want to elevate the WWE women's tag team titles, do that.
Yeah.
But I personally think Shayna Baszler, since her return to the main roster, is long overdue for a single title women's championship reign. Those are my thoughts. Anyway, the next topic is the Control, or Damage. I'm not really sure what they're calling themselves.
I think it's Damage Control or something.
Yeah, Damage Control, which is the returning Bailey, Dakota, and Io Sky.
Yeah, keep in mind, Dakota Kai is clearly under contract now, but no one knew that when she returned at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was just like, what the hell?
Corey even called that out. I don't think she's under contract.
Yeah, versus, this is the Random Odd team. You got the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, versus teaming with Alexa Bliss and the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Yes.
Now, before we say anything, there's one thing I want to say. I want to see Alexa Bliss go back to her goddess routes. That's something
That would be nice.
And for Asuka, I would be terrified if Triple H decided to bring back the Asuka from the Black and Gold era.
Well, that can't really happen considering that Asuka was undefeated.
Oh, yeah, good point. But who do you got in this match?
I got Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka. Because they are three of the best females employed by WWE.
I'm going with...
So I am disappointed Bianca is not defending her title.
I'm gonna go with Damage Control because, well, I think with them being led by Bailey, I think that the Damage Control, it can be a serious problem. And I also think it would be kind of interesting. I honestly think that this will be a really good match. Also.
Yeah.
The next match is for the NXT. No, excuse me. It's for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
All right.
You got Gunther versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. And this is something to note, everybody. If Sheamus wins the Intercontinental Championship, it will make him a Grand Slam champion.
So, no pressure, Sheamus.
This is also this is also Sheamus has never won this title, ever.
Again, no pressure shaming.
Versus Gunther. Now, I'm honestly gonna say this. I think this match is gonna be a goddamn war, and I also believe that this might be one of the most hard-hitting matches of the night.
Oh, for sure. The Belfast Brawler versus the Ring General,
No, you mean
which I heard Gunther has actually filed the trademark for.
yeah. Well, Sheamus is part of the Belfast Brawlers, but you mean the Celtic Warrior?
Right, Celtic Warrior, Beast of Belfast, wherever you want to call him.
No, that's his name. Well, I believe his group is called the Belfast Brawlers.
A man can have more than one nickname.
I'm just saying what his group is called.
I don't even know if it has a name.
No, it does.
And Belfast Brawlers wouldn't make sense because freaking Bush isn't from Belfast.
I forget. Oh, I forget what they're called. I think. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. No, this is someone from Austria. I'm gonna go versus someone from Ireland. I'm going with Sheamus.
Okay. So I'm going Gunther.
Now, do I think that this is probably gonna be? Do I think that Gunther is going to have an easy task? No, because this man is a former world champion.
Yeah. He also, if memory serves, beat the current head of creative in his WrestleMania debut. No, wait, he lost that match.
No, he beat
Did he
him in
win
a.
or lose?
He lost. I believe he. Hang on. Now you gotta make
I'm
me.
talking about WrestleMania 26.
Yeah, I know. Hang on. Let me see. WWE. Let's see. WrestleMania. Hang on. 26. Wow. Okay. I'll look it up. Let's see. Matches.
Just look it up later, dude.
All right. Yeah. Fine.
Otherwise, this episode's gonna be an hour long.
All right. Yeah. The next match is the next match is Seth freaking Rollins versus Riddle. A match that originally was supposed to happen at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And this is just this is a normal match. Who are you going with?
I'm going with the King of Bros, which I know my tune has changed a lot since we started this because I hated Riddle when this podcast started.
I honestly still do.
Yeah, but he's an entertaining character. I may not agree with some of his life choices,
But that's
aka the drug thing.
Yeah, anyway,
But he's an entertaining character.
yeah.
And I just wish he would stop mocking Randy's pose or modify it to make it his own.
I wish he would just stop. I'm gonna say this. I wish he would stop doing Randy Orton's apron DDT and also stop doing the RKO because that's Randy's stick, bro.
Okay, he doesn't have a pattern on the spike DDT, but I agree with the RKO.
Yeah, RKO. It's like, well, yes, you've done it in very creative ways. Don't get me wrong. Don't do Randy's stick. Also, I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the main event of the evening. You got
Wait,
the
aren't there 6 matches?
yes. This is there's only 5 that I can see on here.
You told me yesterday, but okay.
Yeah, the main event of the evening. A man that is now approaching 2 years. A man that will be Universal Champion when this pay-per-view comes out. Will be Universal Champion for 2 years.
I'm guessing he's also your choice?
We got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Oh, and I got a fun fact for you here. Did you know that Drew McIntyre has never defeated Roman Reigns?
Oh, he's definitely your choice then.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, Matthew, would you care to let everyone know what is the punishment?
The punishment for this match, this
Or,
prediction battle loss, will be the loser has to watch No Holds Barred starring Hulk Hogan.
and the guy
I went to Google and I looked up bad wrestling movies, and No Holds Barred was the second one listed.
what's the first?
Ready to Rumble.
Okay, now Matthew, I have a question for you. What, in your opinion, is going to be, out of this card, the match of the night?
I think it's a toss-up between 3, to be honest.
Okay?
I think it's a toss-up between the IC Championship match,
Mm.
Rollins versus Riddle,
Hmm.
and the Undisputed Universal Championship match.
Yeah. Well, it would be awesome to see. Now, I haven't said this on our podcast. Well, Drew McIntyre has won 2 times. Well, he's won the WWE Championship 2 times and is yet to get his big moment in front of a live crowd. I would love to see him be the guy to end Roman Reigns' dominance, but I also don't see him doing it, honestly.
Yeah, I have a feeling sometime next month, if Paul Heyman was around, he would be saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the special counsel for the man who has been the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Undisputed Universal Champion for 730 days. Your tribal chief, Roman Reigns."
Also, can we just talk about that for a quick second?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, Roman Reigns, at the end of this month, and a couple of days ago marked 2 years since Roman Reigns returned, since because
Yeah.
what?
Which means, now that I think about it, next week, or potentially even the week this episode comes out, it would be 730 days.
Yeah, because, by the way, this is, in case, Matthew, just to realize how big of a reign this is the longest championship reign in 35 years.
This is the longest championship reign of the modern era.
Yes.
This makes CM Punk's combined title reigns be like, CM who?
By the way, this man, in case you're wondering like how big of a reign this is, Roman Reigns has been champion longer than The Undertaker has been WWE champion. Think about that.
Jesus.
No. So Matthew, I have a question. I want to end this podcast with this question. After 2 years, are you one of those people that is not willing to acknowledge the tribal chief, or are you one of those people that is like, I acknowledge the tribal chief?
Dude, I have an acknowledge me t-shirt. I acknowledged him years ago. I can only send you a picture of it from my closet.
No, I'm good. But the question that I have to ask to everybody is, when this episode airs after 2 years, is there anybody? Because honestly, the only person that I think that might be a challenge is Cross.
Yeah, but the thing is, WWE is planning to make Cross the number 2 heel behind Roman Reigns.
And I honestly will say,
I feel like if anyone is going to take the title off Roman, it's either Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior,
yeah,
or the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, Black Adam himself, The Rock.
But because think about this. Hey, if you are gonna, can anybody, seriously, is there anybody on the current roster? Because while Theory still has the money in the bank, don't forget about that.
Yeah, he would have to cash. Why do I have a feeling he's going to cash in during the middle of the match? I just have that feeling because it doesn't have a special stipulation that would confuse people. It's at a big event.
In a normal match?
In a normal match. It's literally the exact same situation as the Heist of the Century back in WrestleMania 31.
Yeah, because I will say, when he did try to cash that in at SummerSlam, was also very stupid. And also, I am still curious on if
but we actually gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because in like 20 seconds, it's gonna be an hour.
Yeah, goodbye.
We will see you next week with hopefully the results. Roll that outro. Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit
and the Executioner,
edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis21, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at DanTheExecutioner21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussion. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.